What is going on, guys? Just went live. There's usually no one here for the first like couple of minutes, so I just quickly posted on Twitter. Give me one quick second. Like the most random videos on YouTube, most random pictures of myself on YouTube for this link. What's going on, guys? Who's around? Who's around? MB Shade X. I made it on time. Good to see you, my friend. I think it's the first time seeing that name. Welcome. Free the Fib. What's happening? Thank you. Welcome to you. I just tweeted this on YouTube, so we'll wait a little bit for people to come. But what's been going on, guys? What has been going on? I have checked good old NFT Twitter, and I actually haven't seen much going on. So I've only pulled up a couple of articles to go through, to be honest. You guys, I'm going to open up the floor to you guys a little bit today. Maybe we'll just have a bit of a back and forth. It's a Friday, guys. It's a Friday morning in Melbourne. It's sunny. It's beautiful outside. I wish I could show you, but then that'll dox me. But it's a beautiful day. And, you know, I thought I'd just finish it off with a little bit of chatting to you guys about what's going on. How's life, you know? We'll go through a few pieces of content. I'll go through anything you guys want me to go through. Some, you know, whatever. If you want me to pull up some articles and talk about certain things, let's do it. But yeah, I'm mostly just going to chat to you guys. Let's see who's here. Nebula Trading, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome. David H. Another beautiful day. Yes, it is. It is a beautiful day in Melbourne. Exchange is going under. Gemini is next. I know, it's scary, isn't it? Gemini. Gemini has been around for so long. I think the issue is if a lot of people pull out their capital from exchanges, like if people freak out about FTX, that's fine. But if people start freaking out about the whole industry, and everyone's like, no, get your money off exchanges, get your money off exchanges, and they're putting it all into their own custody solutions, or they're cashing it out. It's good in a way because you want to force people to learn self-custody. But because it's happening so suddenly and quickly, I don't think some of these exchanges have processes for it. But at the end of the day, it's, you know, something's going to give. Like, some of these exchanges will go down. And at the end of the day, you got to protect yourself, right? Rondell, that's a nice name. Designs, first time watching live, woohoo. Good morning from Melbourne here too. Awesome, welcome. Great to see some new people here. It is awesome. I love it. I love it. Slowly, the stream is gonna grow. All these exchanges issues are getting tiresome, if I'm honest. I know, right? I got something you can talk about 24 hours after the drop. Rare Pass, what do you think? 101 X copy. Ooh, interesting. I didn't even see how that went down. So let's open up that. Super rare, right? We'll take a look at that a little bit. Will be a good time to buy in the panic. Yeah, it will, right? But it's one of those things like how far will this falling knife drop? It's sort of like this big drop, right? Everyone's being affected by it. It's sort of like catching a falling knife, and some people will time it right. In my opinion, like, what I normally do with these events is I buy a little bit, because I never know what the bottom is. You can never tell what the most bottomest event is. You can sort of start to position in on whether it be NFTs or crypto or Ethereum or whatever you want. At times like this, when it's disastrous and everyone's freaking out, you can be like, well, maybe this is the bottom. Let me put, if I've got, you know, $10,000, let me put $1,500 now. If it goes up, great, I make some money. If it goes down, great, I'll buy a little bit more. So that's usually how I invest. That saved me a lot, because back in the day, what I used to do was I'd be like, oh, wow, it's dropped. Let me put all my money in. And then it would go on to drop even further, and I couldn't do anything about it because my money would all be in there, and I wouldn't have any capital outside to take advantage of this, or at least balance what was going on. So I've learned to just manage my risk, and I know I always talk about risk management and all this sort of stuff, but it's important. If you don't manage your risk in crypto, I'm telling you, you will lose your money. Like, it's too turbulent, it's too volatile, hacks happen, there's bad actors, there's people that steal your money, there's phishing attempts, there's FOMO events where you think it's a great project because of social media, but it disappears in 2 days. There's all these things. So if you do not have risk management in crypto, you'll lose your money. That's what I've learned. So anyway, that's a 1 hour long video, honestly, when it comes to risk management, from keeping away from scams to how to invest in a strategic way so that you don't risk losing your money. I might do a separate video on that. What do you think about the future value of Superman #1 comic on DC NFT? Let me reserve that question for a little bit later. I think the comic things are super interesting. I know Vivi has comic books. I want to try get them here on this live or a podcast at some point. But I like it, right? It's one of the first times. Comics are one of the largest collectible industry. Comic book collecting has been around for ages. They have sentimental value. They've got an ongoing future because movies are being made on the franchises, and comics are like the first time they were released to the public. There's a very strong reason for that whole industry to have a place. Now, NFTs, where do they sit under that? I think like comic book NFTs, and this is the same, I think, for like music NFTs and comic book NFTs and certain NFTs where I think as the industry and its use cases and the technology evolves and there's more things you can do with these specific NFTs. For example, say music NFTs, right? For me, going on a video, listening to some music and owning that, to me is cool, but it would be cooler if in the metaverse, in my house, you go in and you see music playing and I'm like, yeah, I got that person's NFT. And then that's cooler, right? It's a more immersive, more experience with this specific NFT that has more senses activated than just the visual. So I think comic book NFTs, again, maybe they're usable as, maybe you can drag and drop it to your metaverse somewhere. Maybe they can exist. You can have a shelf over there and you can put it over there, or maybe you can display it somewhere. Maybe something more. But anyway, at the end of the day, I think it's super cool because it's a collectible. At the end of the day, collectibles are what people just own. They don't need to display the collectibles. I think comic book NFTs will have a future. I think it's super early for them still, though. A good 2 to 4 years have to pass until things start to age a lot and people look back and be like, holy crap, you actually have one of those NFTs? I think comic books are at that stage. So Superman #1, hey, yeah, it's a bloody good NFT, right? It's a bloody good comic. I think it was the first Superman. So I think it's cool. I think it may drop a little bit. Usually what happens is there's this big spike of interest at the start, and then it slowly goes down, and then it finds a stability point, and then over time it goes back up again. All right, let's go through a bit of news, guys. Let's go through a bit of news, and I'm going to straight back to you guys in the comments. There's a lot of comments over here. Can you wear your ferocious shoes in DCL? Says A. I actually can. I actually have those wearables. I have about 20 to 25 ferocious shoe wearables in Decentraland, and I think those were the only shoes that Ferocious ever released as wearable NFTs. And I think they're going to be super valuable. So let me open them up, right? A little bit. All right, let's just quickly go to the background display view. Let me quickly open up these Ferocious NFTs. I just put so this is an interesting topic, right? I actually just put out a tweet thread on 2 weeks ago. Roblox released their Metaverse Fashion Trends report. Roblox is an absolute giant. Here's some stats that are super interesting. Take your time to read this if you haven't. I've gone through it before, but it gives you some insight as to digital fashion. There's 200 million people that play Roblox every month. The amount of habits that you can view as Roblox and share to the world and be like, oh, X amount of percentage of people like to spend X amount of dollars every month. You start to get a gist of how popular certain industries are. The digital fashion industry is massive. In fact, Fortnite and Roblox and a bunch of these large metaverse worlds make pretty much all of their money from bloody skins and wearables, right? So anyway, take your time to read this. It's all the statistics that I found super, super interesting. For example, in 2022 alone, there were 11.5 million creators of digital fashion items, which is 200 times the amount of IRL fashion designers in the whole of US. That's insane. And I also found this, I don't know, interestingly, 60% of users of female, 60% of female users around the 22 to 24 mark have done a lot of customizations compared to the younger demographic of 14 to 17-year-old group. So there's more customizations in the older group. I mean, they're not that old. I mean, everyone's young here, right? Nearly 3 in 4 Gen Z in our survey said that they will spend money on digital collecting and accessories. If you go to your parents and the old, you know, the 40, 50 year plus generation, you pick 4 random people and be like, hey, would you spend money on digital clothes? Of course, they'd all say no. But here's Gen Z under 16 or maybe under 20 years old, and they're 3 out of 75% of them would spend money on digital items. I mean, I guess this is not the whole Gen Z, because this is Roblox users. But did you know that more than half the population under 16 in the US plays Roblox? So, I mean, this is a pretty big sample size, right? Anyway, digital fashion is going to be a big deal. Take a read at that. There's this whole Roblox report you can go through on the blog. So if you just search digital fashion report on Roblox, you can download the report and read the full stats here and stuff, right? Pretty interesting. There's all sorts of statistics here that you can take a look at. So yeah, on that point, I think some wearables, because Decentraland or CryptoVoxels saw some of the very first mints of artists releasing their wearables and their fashion items on these projects, I think that creatorship has a lot of value, right? It's the first time Ferocious, let's see if I can pull up the shoes. I think it's the first time Ferocious made shoes, so maybe not this one. Decentraland wearables. Let me put this. I can search it here. Okay. Yeah, there's some Ferocious wearables in Decentraland, right? There's these that came free. They came for free. They were free with the shoe drop. So I don't know, I think it's 2 years ago now. Ferocious did a physical shoe drop. You can see the shoes in my background. I have about 26 of those, 26 pairs. Went a little bit wild there. They sold the physical shoe. They also gave you an NFT, which is separate to this. This is just an NFT, which CloneX, that eventually had a 3x CloneX mint, right? They also airdropped everyone some digital shoes on Decentraland. These digital shoes have now become, the cheapest one is 0.37 ETH. About $500 US. I spent like $3,000 for the physical shoe and the NFT. And these are slowly climbing in value. And I didn't think, I mean, I sort of had the inkling that these would, but like if Decentraland does become a big platform, then these shoes, you can wear it and there'll be like tens of thousands of people seeing you wear Ferocious shoes, right? It gave me an indication, like early days of just spending time in Decentraland and wearing things gave me the indication that there'll be a lot of demand for some of the creators that have created on these platforms, right? That will go on to become big artists. All right, let's talk about Coachella. Coachella's NFTs seemingly unavailable amid FTX crypto collapse. It seems like platforms. So some of these cryptocurrency exchanges. Now, I do not have an FTX account, so I cannot confirm this. But some cryptocurrency exchanges where you hold the NFT, you actually don't hold it in your MetaMask. You hold it on the exchange. The exchange has custody of it, just as it would on your cryptocurrency. With the whole FTX collapse, where people lost their cryptocurrency, it seems that a lot of people have lost their NFTs as well, which is devastating. It's devastating for the community, but this is the different thing, right? It's also devastating for the platform or the project that launched with that company. So a lot of brands and stuff are launching with Binance Exchange or FTX Exchange, in this case, Coachella. John says, smash the like button. Thank you, fam. Smash the like button if you can. FTX. So yeah, if NFTs get lost, like for example, say Coca-Cola came in, or we'll say Nike, right? Nike are doing the NFT drop. Imagine if they partnered with an exchange and they said, all right, well, the only way you can buy these NFTs is through our exchange and through FTX exchange. And they bought them on FTX exchange, and it stayed on maybe FTX chain or something on FTX exchange. And you couldn't really pull them out to OpenSea. Yes, it is on blockchain, but it's held in custody in FTX. Now, FTX goes down, all those NFTs are unavailable. Yes, people lose a lot of money, but Nike gets absolutely devastated because they don't have any more of a user. Their user base doesn't exist anymore. So their digital user base, if they ever did their drop and they had a Web3 user base, they now do not exist. Because Web3 users do not exist because they've lost all their NFTs. So they have to start from scratch again. That's not true if a cryptocurrency project goes through this, right? If FTX collapses, people lose a ton of mana token. Well, there's mana token on different exchanges, right? It's not a practice to have coins on an exchange that are not transferable to other exchanges. So very risky for brands to release on other exchanges. That strategy is extremely risky because they risk the restarting of the strategy if that something happens. If there's even a freeze, if there's a freeze on those assets from moving out for any period of time. So, I mean, if you're a brand thinking about collaborating with an exchange, I would highly advise against it. Highly advise against it. Rondell asks, so if they launch and are only available on one platform, are they even NFTs? It's so strange and sad for holders. So it's completely true. Completely true. It could they could say they're using blockchain, but they just could be using regular servers and be like, yeah, cool, yeah, you are buying NFTs. They're JPEGs, they exist. You can buy and sell them. But if they just exist in that platform, are they really NFTs? The whole value of NFTs is pulling them out. I mean, that's the value add, right? The value add is pulling them out of their minted platform, whether it be Steam or Sony PlayStation one day, pulling it out and taking it to another marketplace where you can sell it. Gumtree, maybe a virtual Gumtree, Craigslist, a virtual Craigslist, eBay, maybe one day, OpenSea, of course. So yeah, it does ask the question: are they even NFTs? I don't think they are, right? They're just stuck on a chain, and there's some exchanges, there's some like layer 2 solutions that aren't well known. Go on and convince a brand to launch on their exchange or their blockchain, sorry. And they do well with that, cool. But then they're forgotten. And then all those NFTs are stuck there because no one wants to trade them because there's no ecosystem there. ETH works with NFTs because there's thousands of projects on that network. So there's users that will go and buy one NFT, but will also go and explore other NFTs. That's why ETH works. If there was another blockchain, say blockchain XYZ, and blockchain XYZ launched with a brand, let's say they launched with Coachella, and then they did really well, but then they don't launch with anyone else, or the chain doesn't do too well, etc. The token drops and the chain can't keep building. Well, then NFTs get stuck there again. Yeah, I think there's all these experiments. There's people doing it right, people doing it wrong. And this is what we need to keep an eye on, right? This is the benefit of being early in the space because you can see this happening and you can, if you ever do launch a project, you sort of know what not to do. Right? All right, we can keep going a little bit. So super rare now. I am not part of this at all. I don't know what happened. Looks like this sold. They sold 250 of the rare passes. That's pretty cool. I didn't actually see what happened with Xcopy. 17.25 ETH final price. How did this work? Let's go take a look. But I believe 250 of these were sold. What was the cheapest one? I mean, how much did they sell for? Each month, one special release artist will create 3 unique one-of-one artworks. These artworks will be randomly dropped. Each month, one airdrop artist will create a series of 250 unique one-of-one artworks. Each rare pass holder will be airdropped one artwork from the series. Pretty big names here. They've highlighted Coldy. Matt Kane is a big artist for sure. OSF. Robness. Xcopy. You're getting an Xcopy 101. 17 ETH. There's only 250 of them. That's pretty cool. Is that forever? This thing exists forever and I'm continuously getting NFT drops. That's pretty cool. How much did the cheapest one sell for? Does someone know? Does someone know? Does someone know? Let me see. Rare pass. Let's see if it's here. Super rare Genesis, right? That's it. There you go. Super rare pass Genesis. This better not be a scam. This looks like a total scam account. Cheeky bastards. Super rare Genesis. Maybe it's not here yet. Where is the OpenSea link? No idea. Anyway, does anyone know what they sold for? What was the cheapest one? Old Man Yeet. What's going on? It's the first time I've seen that name. Thank you for coming down and watching this live. Anyway, super rare seems like they've sold out. I'm trying to figure out what they sold for. Did they sell them all? We bought one Poseidon DAO. We collect NFTs to pass on a legacy. Cool. We bought one of the 250 rare pass Genesis by Super Rare. We are extremely bullish on crypto art, and this pass will allow us to add many other great artworks to our already amazing NFT collection. Rare pass Genesis sold out, but are available on the secondary market. Where is the secondary market? Is this at the secondary market? Super Rare have their own. I mean, no shit. They have their own marketplace, right? All right, so they're selling them right here. Looks like they sold for 17.25 ETH. Wow, that is insane. 17 ETH. What? How much did they make? 250 times 17. What? Wow. 4,250 ETH. That's pretty good. Wow. Wow. I thought it was like, I don't know why my math in my head was calculating like 1,000 ETH. 17 times, is that 250 times? Oh shit, that is 4,000, 5,000 ETH. Anyway, Super Rare made 4,000 ETH selling Genesis NFTs. Very, very cool. And I mean, they're super valuable. Thing is, they've got the right demographic, right? Again, Super Rare is a platform that has curated art and only sold one of one. They've got a collected demographic of collectors that buy the art, so they can sell something very exclusive. 250 is a very exclusive number. And selling for 17 ETH is pretty good. I mean, people are already selling it for 24 ETH. Lowest price. Someone's already trying to flip it for 24 ETH. I reckon these are probably going to drop a little bit at the start. If the first airdrop doesn't come to very quickly, someone's going to sell this. I mean, it's pretty cheap. 24 ETH. The next one's 29 ETH, 100 ETH, 690. Who knows how else they will start to service this community? But shit, man, 4,000 ETH. Oh, that is a lot of money. All right. That's pretty much it, guys. I didn't have that much go through. I honestly haven't seen much news today in the NFT scene. I looked at my channel analytics, so this is devastatingly just I don't know, man. This is embarrassing to be honest, but this is my content game for a while. So you can see here I was super active in 2021. I was like, all right, let's make video, let's make content. I was making quite a lot of content actually, and then it dropped because I think I launched the Medici, and then I launched the Medici, and then I started streaming live. This is, I think, when I started to stream live. And then I have just been too busy doing anything anymore. So it shows you just content creation, right? If you're extremely consistent, usually this line continues up. It looks like a cryptocurrency chart, doesn't it? Looks like a cryptocurrency chart. Traffic source, let's see. I mean, it's the same thing. But yeah, I am planning to get it all the way up here. This is my record. I need to beat this. I need to beat this little thing here. So you guys, I wanted to put this up here so you guys can see how it is before I beat this, right? I don't know how long it's going to take, maybe 3 months, maybe 6 months, but I am going to start getting really heavy on YouTube again. And let's see if I can make a spike that eclipses this. in my whole career. This is my lifetime career from 2018 to 2022. I don't know why there's no videos here. I'm pretty sure I have made videos back there. Or did I not make any videos? I'm pretty sure I made videos. I made videos like all the way back here. I don't know why it's not showing. Watch time in hours. I mean, they're all the same graphs. Yeah. What is looks like Luna, says Nebula Trading. It totally does, right? Did Luna have a second run? I don't know. Awesome, guys. New all-time high coming. Yeah, totally. Can we expect live streams next week? Yes. Yes, we can. So it's been 2 weeks. We've done a Monday to Friday stream for 2 weeks straight. I did say on day one that I was going to assess to see if this is going to be a frequent thing. Do you guys think I should continue to do this? XP, what's going on? Good to see you. Do you guys think I should continue this? If you guys think I should continue this, I will continue streaming. I really just gave it a very low effort. Look, I gave it a very low effort commitment for the last 2 weeks. I said, all right, Maddie, you're only doing 30 minutes. You're not going to edit the thumbnails too much. You're not going to put too much description. Just throw it out there. Don't do too much marketing. Let's just see if you can be consistent for 2 weeks. I like it. For me, it's fun to talk to you guys, share a bit of news, learn a little bit. I think I will continue. Nebula says yes. Rondell says yes, more lives. RJ says 100%. All right. That's 3 people. That's enough for me. I'm doing it. So yeah, we'll continue this live, guys. MB Shade says yes. Awesome. Spoiler says yes, please. John says yes, continue. All right. I'm always happy to see the same faces come in. For me, it's a pleasure to see the same regular people come in, appreciate me going live, give me some feedback, you know. I have been around the space for a very long time, maybe 4 to 5 years, but I can never stop learning in this space. I learn so much every single day. I can do so many things better. And, you know, we're going to continue to get better. Yeah, mate, continue the 35 minutes, same time, love it. Awesome. So 35 minutes works with everyone. It's not too long, right? Back in the day, I'd go an hour, maybe I remember some streams I'd go for an hour and 20, sometimes an hour and 40 minutes, and I'd be just too drained to do anything else for the day. So 35 minutes works really well. I think it's just enough because I don't think people would want to spend an hour and a half watching this, especially if it's in the morning. I don't think so. Am I speaking at NFT Fest next week? Rondell asks. Yes, I am. I am speaking at NFT Fest. You'll see me next week. I remember the name Rondell, so come say hi. I'm speaking, Michael is speaking, Kev is speaking from the Medici, so all 3 of us are speaking. We're also maybe distributing wearables to everyone that will attend to the event. So we've made the wearables. I have no idea how to distribute them. Maybe you get to scan an ETH address somewhere or something, but if you can figure that out, then everyone's going to get this really cool Decentraland onesie NFT Fest wearable. You've heard it here first, right? Awesome. So I got 5 minutes with you guys. Let's go. I'm just going to chat to you guys. What's going on, guys? Who's been buying NFTs recently? Tell me. I'll tell you what I've been doing. I've been just chilling. I've just been chilling. I haven't been doing any buying of NFTs. I just wait till something naturally comes my way and I'll buy it if I really feel it. King Jesus, what's going on? Good to see ya. You started buying and selling DCL land. Is there any project now that you would recommend to get into to flip or hold? Nebula, I think the whole NFT world is open for flipping. I also think that 99.9% of people are doing it wrong, right? The way I flipped land in the first 2 years was to use Discord to negotiate my prices. So, for example, say the floor price on DCL land was 2 ETH, right? I would go and find a seller who would be like, look, I need to sell these in the next 2 days, Maddie. Here's 10 of them. I'll sell it to you for 1.5 ETH each. So I'd buy it for 1.5 ETH, and I would go and sell it slowly for 1.8 ETH. So I would actually not buy it at floor. I'd buy them in bulk for at least 25% discount of the floor, and then sell it at a 5% discount of the floor, so they would sell pretty quickly, right? That was my strategy, and through that, I honestly made money on 99% of my buys and sells. I never lost money. The only time I lost money was when the bull run happened, and I bought some land for like tens of thousands of mana, and because mana spiked from 5 cents to $3, it dropped in mana price, right? I still made money via US dollars, but I lost a little bit of money via mana. But in terms of US dollars, I made money 100% of the time, guys, right? So I will, that is my way of flipping land and NFTs. The way other people are doing is you're sort of buying the floor and hoping the project goes higher and you flip it. That's cool as well. In fact, in this day and age, you can actually set bids. So what I would do now, this day and age, is I would put bids on something that you think will go on higher, but wait patiently until that bid triggers. It's better than buying NFTs at a price of a floor and then that floor dropping. Say, for example, curio cards, right? Curio cards are seeing consistent sales, but some of them don't sell for a very long time. So you can put a bid on maybe one of the apples for say 1.5 ETH. Maybe you can put a bid on 5 apples for 1.5 ETH. And one of the sellers will be like, oh, wow. One of the sellers will be like, okay, well, I can sell these slowly for 2 ETH, but maybe I'll take this bid for 5 of what I have for 1.5 ETH because suddenly I need $10,000. This will give me my $10,000. And they'll be happy to do that, right? Some people. So all you need is say one or two of those to trigger once a quarter, like once every 2 to 3 months. And you could literally have a full-time job flipping stuff in the NFT scene. So I honestly think, NFT flipping has a very strong future. I think 99% of people are doing it wrong. I think by really being patient and putting in bids in a variety of different places or negotiating on Discord or email or finding people's contacts and seeing what they want to negotiate. I know it's a bit intimidating, but for me, it's sort of normal nature, right? In India, I remember my mom negotiating with everyone. Every time she'd buy something, she'd always negotiate, right? In ethnic cultures, it's very common practice to negotiate. It's a norm. They expect that. And in the NFT scene, I do the same thing because at the end of the day, you're buying NFTs. It's a high risk. It's a high risk industry. So if I'm buying it off you, I'm also buying that risk, right? And I want to limit my risk. I would not negotiate off art. So art has its price. I've learned not to negotiate on art. I don't really want to make any artists feel bad. But avatars, land, fair game. I will negotiate the crap out of that. I might do a video on that, but I've made videos and content on that. No one really does it though. I think maybe the concept of negotiating is a little bit too complicated than simply looking and buying something. But if you do want to make money, it's like a day trader, right? A day trader will lose money if he trades too often, right? Because what happens is a day trader is supposed to make money through setups. The chart should look a certain way. They should be very disciplined to only act when these charts look the way that they're trained to make decisions on. But if you trade too often, you start to look at things and be like, oh, maybe I'll go in here, maybe I'll go in there. You start to go past your rules and you start to lose money. So that's why a lot of people in the NFT scene lose money, is because they try and chase the opportunity, but other than letting that opportunity present itself to you. Now you can go and hunt for something, but you don't want to be like, oh, I need to make X amount of money by the end of this week, so I'm just going to buy whatever's here. No, you wait till the opportunities come to you. That might be a once in a year opportunity. That might be a 5 times in a year opportunity based on your strategy. And that's when you act. Anyway, you're too sweet, guys. Old man Eats says, I can listen to this man all day. Alpha. I would love to talk all day. I would love to talk all day, but I got things to do. Buying Wolf Game, full game releasing in December. Oh yeah, that came out, right? I think they released a trailer. I think, was it Wolf Game that released the trailer? Let's go on it. Wolf Game, again, they've been getting a decent amount of publicity. I am in full respect of anyone that's continuing to build stuff. Did they, what was the last tweet on September, then October? Come on, guys, you can tweet more regular than that. Where's the game? I swear there was a game trailer. Was that the right Wolf Game? Wolf Gaming. Okay, maybe not. But we'll go through it sometime later. But I have seen people talk about Wolf Game more frequently. I'm not even sharing my screen. Whoops. There you go. Sorry, guys. I think I closed the screen. 1 second. Let me pop this back up again. I have lost you guys. Where's the chat? There it is. God. All right. Mocha Cash says, catch you live finally. Mocha, homie, I am almost finished with this. Nebula asks for Medici Alpha. I might reserve Fridays for Medici Alpha. How about that? Next Friday and every Friday ongoing, I will reserve a little bit of it, 5 to 10 minutes on what we're doing in the Medici. I'll show you some pictures, some videos, some stuff to look forward to, some recent hires. I'll tell you a little bit of alpha. I mean, it's not so much alpha, it's the internal happenings that we don't share because we're just not ready to share it yet. I wish I could just throw it all out there. But wolf.game, okay, sorry, let me just do this justice, all right? Let me go to wolf.game. Give me a second, guys. Actually, you know what? I'm going to save it for another video. I'm running out of time. Very, very quickly, Medici related. So we have hired, you guys have seen the videos on New Ganymede, right? Very quickly, I'll go through this because I haven't talked about Medici all week, and I should be. I don't want to like talk about too much, right? I've always been the viewpoint that people should organically find it. I don't want to talk about it. You find it organically, that's good. But I am a founder, so I have to kind of look at it. Oh, here we go. This is the sort of NFT Fest. If you go into NFT Fest, you're going to get this onesie unicorn. And guys, Medici is really turning into a service-based business that does a bunch of stuff, right? It's very difficult to say what Medici does. There's events in the real world. We'll do some wearables. There's some brands that want to activate in the space. We'll work with you, like Australian Open, to put something out here. We're looking at the space as to what are all the things going on, and we'll try and do something and make some money from it and then bring it to our Medici holders somehow. But anyway, people that come to NFT Fest will get this pretty cool little onesie unicorn that was made. A while ago, we did this Bollywood festival, which looked like this. So we're starting to build our own in-house Decentraland building team. There's about 5 to 6 people in this team. It's called Metaverse Strategy, and we work with brands to build their presence, architect their presence in the metaverse. Today it's Decentraland, tomorrow it'll be Sandbox, the day after it'll probably be Roblox somewhere. And this division is growing a lot. Within this division, we're seeing a lot of people. Okay, I'm going to drop a little bit of alpha here, all right? I'm dropping a little bit of alpha for Medici. And I haven't really told everyone here, but if you watch my, I appreciate you guys coming to my live. So with the Medici, we're looking at opportunities where brands are coming in and activating with us. And brands come in and they also pay us, right? They're like, all right, Matty, thanks for building this. Here's $20,000 US. And that's really good money to sustain the business because we don't have to keep doing NFT drops. Continuous NFT drops will dilute your user base too much. So we don't actually want to do any more Medici drops for a very, very long time, if ever, because we want it to be exclusive, right? So we're done. For now, I don't want to put a fix on that. Everything keeps changing, but brands are coming in and we're starting to see brands, you know, initially they wanted to spend $10,000. All right, cool. We'll build something for you. Some of these brands spending 20, 50, some of these brands are starting to spend a couple $100,000 on a freaking metaverse build. And we're like, holy shit, this is a pretty big division. But what's the use for Medici owners? So what we're doing is we're building these activations. We're doing an exclusive for Medici owners. If you own a Medici, you get something exclusive with some of these brands. And some of these brands are pretty damn big. We can't really say who they are. Then here's an interesting thing. Okay, not many people know this because I haven't shared it at all. I didn't know how to share it. But what we're doing is instead of these brands paying us invoices and say they owe us $20,000 for doing the work, we're saying, you know what, we don't even need the money. We have a ton of money in our reserve, which is great. Why don't you buy Medicis? So you owe us $20,000. Why don't you go buy Medicis on the secondary market? You can distribute it internally to your organization. You can give it for giveaways for these events. Now there's a reason for us to continue some sort of a consulting gig where we can go out there and do brand activations. They pay us invoices and we can be like, you know what? Just bloody go buy secondary, just go buy Medicis. Go buy Medicis, use them as giveaways, distribute them here and there, keep a hold of them if you want to, do whatever the heck you want. But instead of paying us invoice, go buy Medicis. So that's interesting because that means that whether it's a bear market or a bull market, we're going to continue pressure on the marketplace. And that's important, right? Because bear markets come and there's no one buying. But here, if we can be like, well, you know what? Let Medici have a branch that goes and explores consulting opportunities and let them buy tokens or pay us invoice fees based on however we charge it. So that is very interesting, guys, because, and I don't want to say more. I don't want to say more. You might see some spikes here. And when it does happen, I'll come and explain it. But that is really interesting. And For a very long time, I was like, Maddie, this needs to be organic. People need to organically find it. But it's blockchain and it's crypto and it's NFTs. And when you add all those things, it's an economy. And economies require supply and demand. So we've had to go back to the drawing board and be like, you know what can we do that puts our market at a healthy place? Yeah. So I didn't want to put it out there because I don't want you guys to FOMO in and then expect it to happen anytime soon. Like we're doing this just to be transparent. Like it takes, a month, sometimes 3 months to build some of these businesses out there and build their virtual presence, right? It takes a while. It takes a while to build them out. But when we do build them out, some of these guys will pay us 100K, right? Some of them will pay us 200K. And that's just now. Imagine in the future if Metaverse becomes a thing and people are like companies are like, you know what? There's millions of people in Decentraland. We want to spend $1 million on the most epic build ever so that we can appeal to these guys. And the Medici is perfectly positioned because we've done all this work with the biggest brands. Then we're going to start eating into, that's going to be a really major industry. We're going to start playing it. And that's why I've put out tweets and said, hey, if you're a concept artist, if you're a 3D modeler, if you're a trained person of the arts or anything, like this is a division we're building out, right? And that's not even New Ganymede. New Ganymede is one of many things we're doing. New Ganymede has 15 people on that team. Our Med Academy has like 3 to 4 people, maybe 2 or 3 people on that team, but we're going to expand that. Metaverse strategy being a division will start to have, it has 5 people, but very quickly with the revenue it's generating, it'll probably be 10 to 15 of its own people. So that's why Medici has a team of 32 people. That's why you don't really see us posting too much of Metaverse strategy stuff because it takes time to build this out. We've only ramped it up in the last 3 to 6 months and seen some insane things. But like connecting it to Medici sales, that's what we've done. So I'm only sharing it here. I actually haven't shared it anywhere else. Again, a reason to jump on the stream. So every Friday, guys, every Monday to Friday, I do these streams. We will continue next week. And on Fridays, I will reserve some alpha so you guys know what's going on internally. Maybe I'll ask Michael and the team to give me some pictures and images so I can go through it with you guys. Again, I appreciate all the support that you guys have shared with me, right? Because at the end of the day, I haven't been around for the last 6 months. I've been very inactive. I've been very busy with my family. I've been very busy building with the Medici. It was very difficult to just have this Medici company come out of nowhere and have 30 people to manage. I have never managed a business before to that level. I think max I've had 1 or 2 people working with me, but I've never been like, all right, like here's a mission. How do we hire for this mission? How do we develop processes so that people that get hired can continue in an efficient manner? How do we build an objective for everyone involved? That was such a long process for me to figure out. And I couldn't be social Maddie while doing that. If you look at Medici, we're doing a ton more compared to much other influencer projects, right? A game, a course platform, brand activations. A lot of what we'll be doing will come out in 6 months plus because people don't know. A lot of what we're doing has to be done on the back end first. And I'm not saying it to boast and say that we're doing better than anyone else. We're not. What I'm trying to say is there's a lot of work that required me to get off social media and be like, Maddie, if you don't figure this out, then the structure of Medici won't be strong. It's not going to be strong. Like you and the founder and the founding managing team need to figure this out. Everyone's brain needs to be on this. And that's why I kind of got back, pulled back for the last 6 months. But I'm back now on Twitter and YouTube. We're going to be doing YouTube live. I'm doing YouTube videos and shorts and TikTok now. Maybe 1 or 2 videos will go out today as well. And maybe next week we're going to get really, really consistent with TikToks and YouTube shorts. And then I'm going to start doing Twitter spaces. So really ramping up content. Did a Twitter thread today. It's going to get insane. Like my content game is going to get just super, super insane. Whether people follow me or not, I don't really care anymore because my homies do on YouTube live. So, all right, guys. That is it. All right. I've talked over my time limit, but yeah, Mondays and Fridays, every single day, 8 a.m. Melbourne time. I will see much of you guys at NFT Fest, I hope. Thank you for joining and supporting me through Medici or Twitter or just a DM or just liking my tweets or just saying hi or even reading them or whatever. I appreciate every single person that does that. I remember the first time I made a YouTube video, the only thing that kept me going was the random odd person that would be like, hey, I like your video. It means a lot, right? It means a lot to a content creator to be appreciated because we burn out. We do this and it's fun, but then we were like, oh, well, what's the point of doing this when we could just be spending time outside, right? But just communicating with you guys, sharing some good vibes, a lot of fun. All right, take care. It's been good. We'll catch you guys on Monday. It's my Friday. and enjoy the weekend. I hope you have the best of weekend.